We have just received leaked, high-definition Ring doorbell footage from 2 a.m. last night, showing Gucci Mane, the man who once called himself Pooh Shiesty's mentor, standing on the front porch of Pooh's mother's house in Memphis. He wasn't there for a music video. He wasn't there to talk business. He was there to send a message that has left Pooh Shiesty utterly destroyed behind federal bars. Insiders within the USP Pollock facility are reporting that when Shiesty was shown this footage on a smuggled device, he didn't just get angry. He suffered a total mental collapse. We're talking about tears of pure rage, screaming that shook the entire cell block, and a chilling vow of revenge that has the feds on high alert. Gucci Mane just walked into the lion's den while the lion was in chains, and the footage I'm about to show you is so disturbing, it's already being scrubbed from the internet. You are not ready for what Gucci whispered into that intercom. To understand why this leaked footage of Gucci Mane at Gladys Bain's doorstep has caused a literal riot within the federal prison system, we have to strip back the layers of a brotherhood that was once the gold standard of the music industry. In 2020, the rap game was starving for something raw, something unfiltered, and something dangerously authentic. Enter Lantrell Williams Jr., better known to the world as Pooh Shiesty. He wasn't just another rapper coming out of Memphis. He was a force of nature, with a flow as cold as the winters in Tennessee and an aura that screamed untouchable. Pooh Shiesty was the golden child of the new generation. And the man who saw that spark, the man who claimed to be the ultimate talent scout of Atlanta, was Roderick Davis, the legendary Gucci Mane. When Gucci signed Pooh Shiesty to 1017 Records in April 2020, it looked like a match made in trap heaven. Gucci wasn't just a label boss. He was a mentor, a big brother, and a blueprint. He had been to the feds, he had survived the streets, and he had rebuilt his image into a sober, high-fashion mogul. He promised to guide Pooh through the same transformation. For a year, they were the most dominant duo in hip-hop. Every time you saw Pooh Shiesty, you saw that 1017 chain glistening, a symbol of a bond that was supposed to be thicker than blood. Gucci invested millions into the Shiesty season, and in return, Pooh gave the label a level of street credibility it hadn't seen since the early days of Waka Flocka Flame. But as the old saying goes, all that glitters isn't gold. And in the music business, loyalty often ends where the legal fees begin. The first major crack in this foundation appeared in 2021 when Pooh Shiesty was hit with a federal indictment. While the world was screaming, "Free Shiesty," behind the scenes, a cold, corporate war was beginning. Insiders suggest that as soon as the realization hit that Pooh might be away for years, the big homie vibe started to evaporate. There were hushed conversations about recoupment, missing equipment, and who really owned the masters of those multi-platinum hits. The tension reached a boiling point with the tragic passing of Big Scar, Pooh Shiesty's cousin and fellow 1017 signee. While Pooh was trapped in a cell, unable to carry the casket of his own blood, the industry watched in horror as a public feud erupted between Gucci Mane and Big Scar's family over funeral expenses and the return of 1017 jewelry. Pooh Shiesty, sitting in a cold federal bunk, had to watch his mother and his siblings trade insults with his mentor on Instagram Live. He was torn. On one side was the man who gave him his career, on the other was the family he would die for. He chose family. According to a leaked memo from Pooh's legal team, the rapper recently filed a high-stakes motion to be released from his 1017 contract, citing a hostile work environment and unethical business practices. This was the ultimate betrayal in Gucci Mane's eyes. You don't sue the man who made you while you're still using his resources. Gucci reportedly took this as a personal slap in the face from a kid he felt he had saved. The history between these two is no longer just about records and royalties. It is a saga of ego, grief, and broken promises. This drama wasn't just likely, it was inevitable. When you combine the volatile energy of Memphis with the ruthless business mind of an Atlanta legend, an explosion is the only possible outcome. Gucci Mane has spent years convincing us he is a changed man, a reformed legend who only cares about fitness and his family. But the streets of Memphis have long memories, and they know that under that expensive suit is the same man who was once the most feared individual in the South. The midnight visit to Cordova wasn't a random event. It was the culmination of years of suppressed rage and financial disputes that have finally spilled over the walls of the recording studio and onto the front lawn of a terrified mother. We are witnessing the total destruction of a legacy. Gucci Mane isn't just reclaiming his property, he is attempting to reclaim his dominance. And for Pooh Shiesty, seeing the man he once called family standing in the shadows of his mother's home is the ultimate realization that the Shiesty season hasn't just ended, it has turned into a nightmare that he cannot wake up from. The silence of the Memphis suburbs was shattered at exactly 2:14 a.m. on a Tuesday. Gladys Baines, a woman who has already spent the last 3 years watching her family be dismantled by the federal government, was startled awake by the blue light of her smartphone. Her security app was screaming. Someone was on the porch. When she opened the live feed, her blood turned to ice. Standing there, illuminated by the flickering streetlights of Cordova, was the 1017 CEO himself, Gucci Mane. But this wasn't the Gucci we see on Instagram, smiling with his wife or showing off his fitness routine. This was the old Roderick Davis. He was draped in a heavy black tactical hoodie, his face partially obscured, surrounded by 3 men whose frames filled the entire camera lens. They weren't carrying cameras. They weren't there for a surprise visit. They were standing in a formation that can only be described as a tactical intimidation stance. According to a leaked transcript from a neighborhood watch recording that was briefly uploaded to a private Memphis crime forum, the audio is bone-chilling. You can hear the wind whistling through the trees, and then the heavy, unmistakable voice of Gucci Mane leaning into the Ring doorbell intercom. He didn't yell. He didn't swear. He whispered, and in the world of the streets, a whisper is always louder than a scream. He allegedly said, "Tell Lantrell the interest on the debt just went up. This house is 1017 property now." Mrs. Baines, trapped inside, refused to open the door. She was seen on her own internal cameras clutching a prayer cloth, weeping as she watched the man her son once called Dad pace her front porch like a predator marking his territory. But here is the first major twist that is going to make your jaw hit the floor. While Gucci Mane was staring into that doorbell camera, acting as the ultimate distraction, a second team was reportedly 3 miles away at a high-security storage facility registered in Pooh Shiesty's mother's name. We have obtained a leaked series of encrypted messages from an insider within the Memphis PD who was called to a disturbance at that facility less than 30 minutes later. The report suggests that while Gladys Baines was focused on the front porch, Gucci's associates were allegedly using heavy-duty equipment to breach a unit that Pooh Shiesty had been using as a vault since 2021. This wasn't just about furniture. Inside that unit, according to the leak, were the Holy Grail items of the Shiesty empire, original, unreleased master hard drives containing over 200 songs, including the legendary Back in Blood 2 sessions. But even more shocking, they reportedly seized Pooh Shiesty's original 1017 signing chain, the one he allegedly lost before going to prison, and several high-end watches that were supposed to be collateral for his massive legal defense fund. The emotional reaction from Pooh Shiesty when he saw this footage inside the USB Pollock facility was nothing short of a psychological explosion. We spoke to an inmate who was in the common area when the video was circulated on a black market tablet. He described a scene of absolute chaos. Pooh Shiesty didn't just get angry. He went into a state of blind, weeping hysteria. He was seen throwing his weight against the steel door of his cell, screaming his mother's name until his voice cracked into a haunting, high-pitched wail. He reportedly screamed, "He touched my mama. He went to my mama's crib. WAP is a dead man. I don't care if I never see the sun again. I'm gonna burn 1017 to the ground." The guards had to use pepper spray just to get him to back away from the bars. The prison went into a level 4 lockdown immediately. But gang, here's the part that makes this the ultimate betrayal. Why was the footage leaked so quickly? Usually these things stay private for legal reasons. But our sources are suggesting that Gucci Mane's team intentionally pushed the video to Memphis-based bloggers within minutes of the encounter. Why? Because they wanted Pooh Shiesty to see it in real time. They wanted to break his spirit while he was in a cage. They wanted him to react exactly the way he did, to look unhinged and violent right before his crucial bond hearing next month. It was a masterclass in psychological warfare. Gucci Mane didn't just steal hard drives. He stole Pooh Shiesty's peace of mind. He proved that, even from behind bars, Pooh cannot protect the woman who gave him life. But just when you think Gucci has the upper hand, a second leak has emerged from Pooh's mother's legal team that suggests Gucci Mane might have walked into a trap of his own. Because what Gladys Baines was recording inside the house while Gucci was on the porch is going to change the entire legal landscape of this feud. Stay right there, because the second twist, the one involving a hidden person in Gucci's crew, is about to turn this story from a robbery into a double cross that will leave you speechless. The digital world didn't just notice the leak, it caught fire. Within 90 minutes of the doorbell footage hitting the Memphis underground, the hashtag Gucci at the gate was trending worldwide. But while the fans were arguing about street codes and new 1017 versus old 1017, a secondary piece of footage was being shopped around to high-level industry insiders for a staggering six-figure sum. We managed to get a look at a verified still frame from this second angle, captured by a neighbor's high-tech 4K surveillance system across the street from the Baines residence. As Gucci Mane's black SUV began to pull away from the curb, a back window rolled down just 3 inches, enough for the streetlights to hit the face of the person sitting in the passenger seat. And gang, this is where the earth under Pooh Shiesty's feet didn't just crack, it swallowed him whole. The person sitting next to Gucci Mane, looking stone-faced and cold as a Memphis winter, was none other than Big 30. Yes, you heard that right. Rodney Wright Jr., the man Pooh Shiesty called his brother, his twin, his blood from the trenches of Memphis, was allegedly riding shotgun with the very man who was intimidating Pooh's mother. The betrayal was so visceral, so deep, that when the word reached Pooh Shiesty in the infirmary of USP Pollock, the rapper suffered what medical staff are calling a catastrophic psychological break. Witnesses say Pooh Shiesty, who was already under observation for his earlier outburst, went into a state of total, chilling silence. He didn't scream this time. He didn't hit the walls. He just sat on the edge of his cot, staring at a fixed point on the floor, while a single tear of pure, unadulterated venom rolled down his face. A leaked incident report from a prison guard suggests that Pooh whispered a single sentence to himself over and over again. "The house is empty. The house is empty." But why would Big 30, the man who built his entire career on the concept of loyalty over everything, turn on his day one? This is where the shocking reveal turns into a federal nightmare. According to a series of insider leaks from the Northern District of Texas, Big 30 was allegedly served with a target letter just 48 hours before the Memphis visit. The feds weren't just looking for the stolen equipment in that storage unit. They were looking for a missing ledger, a physical notebook that allegedly details every illegal transaction made during the 2020 Shiesty season. The reveal? Big 30 didn't just join Gucci. He was allegedly forced to lead Gucci to that storage unit to save his own life. Gucci Mane, being the master manipulator that he is, reportedly told Big 30, "Either you show me where the vault is, or I'm letting the feds know exactly who blocked that studio door in Dallas." Big 30 chose his freedom over the brotherhood. He chose his future over Pooh Shiesty's legacy. The industry reaction was instantaneous and savage. 50 Cent, who has been watching this like a hawk, went on a legendary Instagram tirade. He posted a photo of a snake with Big 30's face photoshopped on it, captioned, "I told y'all, when the feds start knocking, the brothers start walking." WAP is the feds' favorite accountant right now. LOL. 50's post garnered over 1 million likes in under an hour, officially marking Big 30 as a persona non grata in the streets of Memphis. But there's a cliffhanger here that is even bigger than the betrayal itself. While Big 30 was in that car, Pooh Shiesty's mother, Gladys Baines, wasn't just crying behind the door. She was allegedly on a hotline call to a secret legal team that has been working in the shadows since 2025. This team isn't just representing Pooh, they are representing a whistleblower within 1017 records. As the SUVs pulled away, Gladys reportedly sent a final text message to an unknown number that read, "He's here. We got the prince. The trap is set." Wait, Was this whole intimidation visit actually a setup by Pooh Shiesty's family to catch Gucci Mane committing a federal crime on camera? Did Pooh Shiesty know Gucci was coming? Is it possible that Pooh allowed his mother to be scared just so he could secure a get-out-of-jail-free card? The questions are piling up faster than the feds can answer them. If Gladys Baines was working with a legal sting operation, then Gucci Mane and Big 30 didn't just walk onto a porch, they walked into a federal trap that could see the CEO and the brother trading their diamond chains for orange jumpsuits by the end of the week. But the biggest shock is yet to come, because a third video is about to leak, and it's not from a doorbell. It's from inside the SUV. Someone was recording Gucci Mane's private conversation, and what he said about Pooh Shiesty's father is going to change the entire landscape of this war. The moment that 4K frame of Big 30 in the passenger seat hit the internet, the rap world didn't just react, it suffered a total, systemic meltdown. This wasn't just another hip-hop beef anymore. This was a cultural earthquake that cracked the very foundation of the code. Within 4 hours, the digital landscape was a war zone, and the lines were drawn in blood. In the red corner, you have the Memphis loyalists. And Nelly Choppa posted a cryptic, deleted within seconds story on Instagram that simply showed a snake emoji wrapped around a diamond 1017 chain. No words were needed. The city of Memphis is reportedly on high alert, with local insiders claiming that Big 30 has been officially deauthorized from the north side. One high-level street source, speaking on a scrambled signal, told us, 30 didn't just ride with the enemy. He rode with the man who scared Mama Shiesty. In Memphis, that's a debt that can only be paid one way. But in the blue corner, the corporate rap machine is spinning a different tale. Gucci Mane's official fan pages and several industry plants started flooding the comments with a coordinated narrative. WAP is just protecting his investment. If the Shiesty family stole millions in equipment and masters, Gucci has every right to go get his property back. Business is business. The division is so toxic that even mainstream news outlets like CNN and Fox started running breaking news segments on the rising violence in the music industry, using the Ring doorbell footage as their primary B-roll. Then came the celebrity heavyweights. Cat Williams, never one to hold his tongue, went on a legendary 5-minute rant during a surprise club appearance in Atlanta. He stood on stage, sweat dripping from his brow, shouting to a stunned audience, "Y'all seeing this? Gucci Mane is out here acting like a repo man in the middle of the night. You don't go to a man's mama's house while he's in a cage. That ain't being a boss, that's being a coward with a budget." The crowd went wild, but the new 1017 signees remained hauntingly silent, clearly terrified that if they spoke out, their front porches would be the next stop on Gucci's collection tour. But the real shocker? YSL Woody, who has his own complicated history with the feds and snitch allegations, jumped on a 3 a.m. Instagram live that garnered 150,000 viewers in seconds. Looking visibly shaken, Woody told the camera, "I seen a lot of foul, expletive in this game, but watching 30 sit in that car while Gucci pressed that intercom, that hit different. That's a demon-level move." Pooh Shiesty is sitting in USP Pollock looking at the walls, and his own brother is giving the feds the GPS coordinates to the vault. The game is dead, gang. The code is buried. The public opinion is currently split 70-30ths against Gucci Mane, but the industry power is still firmly in his hands. Major playlists are reportedly shadow banning Pooh Shiesty's music to avoid Gucci's wrath, while Big 30's upcoming tour dates were cancelled due to security concerns within 30 minutes of the leak. But here is the statement that fueled the fire to a point of no return. Gladys Baines herself, through a verified family spokesperson, released a single sentence to the press at 6 a.m. "We have the audio from inside the car, and the world is about to find out that Gucci Mane wasn't the only one talking on that porch." Wait, what audio? If Pooh Shiesty's mother has a recording from inside Gucci's SUV, that means there was a third person, a double agent, who was recording the CEO and the Judas the entire time. The internet is now in a frenzy trying to figure out who the mole is. Is it one of Gucci's security guards? Is it a disgruntled 1017 intern? Or was Big 30 secretly recording Gucci the whole time to protect himself? The suspense is suffocating. Every refresh of the feed brings a new theory, but the final revelation, the one that is about to drop, is going to make the doorbell video look like a child's birthday party. Because Pooh Shiesty just sent a final, handwritten letter from his cell, and it contains the names of everyone who is about to be extinguished from the industry. This is the moment where the music stops and the nightmare begins. At 11 a.m. today, an encrypted image of a handwritten letter surfaced on a private Memphis black site forum, verified by 3 independent forensic document examiners as the authentic handwriting of Lantrell Williams Jr., Pooh Shiesty. This wasn't a message of peace. This wasn't a plea for mercy. This was a digital death warrant. Pooh Shiesty didn't just write a letter. He dropped a nuclear bomb on the 1017 Empire. The letter, allegedly smuggled out of USP Pollock inside a hollowed-out Bible, reveals the final, soul-crushing twist. Pooh Shiesty knew Gucci Mane was coming to his mother's house because Gucci Mane isn't the one in control. According to the letter, Pooh Shiesty claims that he has been running the books for 1017 from inside his cell for the last 2 years. He alleges that Gucci Mane is actually in the red, deeply in debt to a shadowy conglomerate of silent Memphis investors who used Pooh Shiesty as their primary enforcer on the streets. The visit to Gladys Bain's house wasn't Gucci collecting a debt from Pooh, it was Gucci trying to find the black ledger that Pooh's father, Lantrell Sr., allegedly hid before his own arrest. But here is the cliffhanger that has the entire FBI Dallas field office scrambling. Pooh Shiesty's letter ends with a terrifying cryptic phrase. "Wop, you looked at the camera, but you didn't look at the tree." The ghost was watching. Insiders are now speculating that the ghost refers to a high-ranking 1017 member who has been working as a double agent for Pooh Shiesty's family since Big Scar's passing. Rumors are swirling that this ghost was the one who recorded the audio inside the SUV. And that audio? It reportedly contains Gucci Mane admitting to a conspiracy that predates the Dallas studio robbery. If this audio leaks, Gucci Mane isn't just losing his artist, he's losing his freedom. The letter concludes, 30, you sat in that seat. Now you're gonna sit in this cell. See you in 2027. The paperwork is already signed. I'm the CEO now. Does Pooh Shiesty actually own 1017 records from behind bars? Did he lure Gucci to his mother's house just to capture a federal civil rights violation on 4K video? The power dynamic has completely flipped. The hunter is now the prey, and the reformed Gucci Mane is one leaked audio file away from a life sentence. But the most chilling part? A third SUV was spotted 2 blocks away from the scene, and it didn't belong to Gucci. It belonged to a private security firm hired by a mysterious third party in Atlanta. Who is really pulling the strings? Is Pooh Shiesty about to be granted an emergency release to testify against his own mentor? The industry is holding its breath, waiting for the ghost to speak. This war isn't over. It's just moved into the shadows. Stay tuned, because tomorrow at noon, we are dropping the porch audio that Gucci Mane tried to pay $500,000 to suppress. The truth is louder than the Draco. Gang, my mind is absolutely blown. We just went from a doorbell video to a full-scale corporate and street coup. But now, it's your turn to judge. The family always keeps it 100, so I'm asking you, is Pooh Shiesty the ultimate mastermind, or is he a desperate man losing his mind in the feds? And what about Big 30? If he really was forced by the feds to ride with Gucci, does that make him a snitch or a survivor? The comment section is already a war zone, so get in there and let your voice be heard. I'll be pinning the most out-the-box theories. If you believe Pooh Shiesty is the real big boss of 1017, spam hashtag Shiesty CEO in the comments. If you think Gucci Mane is going to find that black ledger and end this once and for all, drop hashtag WAPWins. Do not close this video without hitting that subscribe button and smashing the notification bell. We are on 24-hour standby. As soon as that ghost audio from inside the SUV leaks, we are going live to break it down second by second. This is the biggest story in the history of this channel, and we are the only ones with the inside connect. Check out the playlist on your screen for the full timeline of the 1017 betrayal, and make sure you're following us on X for the minute-by-minute updates. The Shiesty season just turned into a hurricane, and nobody is safe. I'll catch y'all in the emergency update. Peace.